So this is part 3 of one of the most messed up stories you're probably gonna hear this year. So the last part of my part 2, part 1 and part 2 was my ex was one of the worst people I ever met, and I don't think he know truly what love actually is. And I wish that he would just get a life and leave me the hell alone. But yeah, so this is part 3. So I have a daughter now. My daughter was born. My daughter was born here. My daughter was born here in Georgia. And so yeah, I was seeing this guy named Trevon. Yeah, so I'm definitely doing full name for him because he has done absolutely nothing for my daughter, and I mean nothing. Hasn't given me not $20 for pull-ups. Hasn't bought not one gift for her birthday. Hasn't seen his daughter since she was 8 months old. And not only that, okay, so with my daughter, I was having fun, you know. Um, there's like pieces of my story that is left out, and it's not intentional, and I will fill in more. There's gonna be more parts to it, of course. But yeah. So with my daughter, I was seeing Trevon for about 3 years before I got pregnant with my daughter. And we were friends with benefits. We was never in a relationship at all. And I always enforced using protection because I didn't know who he was with or what he was doing after what he was doing after he left me or before he came over. I don't know what he was doing. So and honestly, he was like my last resort guy, to be honest. A lot of people assume that just because I'm plus size that I don't get no play. Honey, BBWs get play out here. Do not let the size fool you. Okay. Um so I don't even know how I got pregnant with my daughter, to be honest. I don't know how. Because I think the protection broke, maybe, and it was already too late, or it came off, or he took it off and didn't tell me. But now I have a daughter that, before I know it, is going to be in first grade. So, yeah, like the first time he met her, she was 8 months old. I tried to get him to do the DNA test for her right after I had her. I tried to get him to do it at the hospital. She was only a few days old. And at the time, like, I had a boyfriend, like, literally after I had her because I was seeing other people because we weren't, like I said, we weren't serious. So I was seeing someone else, and they knew that I was seeing other people. Like I was being completely honest and completely transparent about the shit. Like the other person I was seeing, I was seeing them for about around the same time, like 3.5 years. And me and them were completely transparent with each other. We were very open and honest with each other about everything. And I told them like, yo, you know, I'm pregnant and we was fooling around and stuff. And there's a possibility that you could be this child's father. I just, when this baby comes out, I want to do a DNA test to see if you are or not the father. And the crazy thing is that even though that this person was not biologically the father of my child, they were around for a little while. And they did do like stuff for my baby girl. But me, I'm the type of person like, I'm kind of a little old school. Your word is your bond. So do not tell me that you're going to do something then back out the last minute, because that makes me mad as hell. It does. But yeah, like I just can't do, like that's another reason why I'm single now. And I've been single going on 6 years now. And I plan on staying single for as long as I feel I need to. Because I'm healing from dealing with both of these relationships. Both of my relationship with my ex, and then dealing with the situationship that led to a pregnancy with my daughter. Then and then I also have another. Maybe we should make this a series of. I got a messed up story to tell you. And she was born. I had her. Nobody knew unless they lived in the state of Georgia and they were personally in my life. They did not know I was pregnant until I was 4 months because I didn't want to tell anybody anything. I didn't want any negative energy during my pregnancy or nothing. So nobody didn't find out I was pregnant until I was 4 months, because a lot of people, their first thing is, oh, get an abortion. Well, I have fucking PCOS. I have PCOS. I got diagnosed at 17. Okay, so the previous parts of the story, that's one of the things I left out. I got diagnosed at 17 with PCOS. Now, if you Google it, you'll find out that there's multiple symptoms, including missed menstrual cycles, possibility of infertility. You could have lots of miscarriages. You might be, it might be hard for you to get pregnant. They told me all of that, and I got pregnant. Twice, I might add. And had successful labor and deliveries. So yeah. So yeah. I even went when I was pregnant with my son to the doctor that diagnosed me with PCOS and say, hey, guess what? I'm pregnant and it's a boy. Remember you told me that it may be hard for me to get pregnant? I said, oh, I don't think that's a factor. I said, because you're telling me statistics that are from older females. I said, I'm not old yet. I said, you're telling somebody that's young. these statistics. And I said, well, I still have time to find out if I can have children. And I'm happy I had my kids when I did. Because last year, I found out that I had uterine fibroids. And I had abnormal cells. Yeah. So I had to have a fucking partial hysterectomy. Where they removed my uterus. I was in pain for 9 weeks. I am 32 years old currently. And I had a hysterectomy a year and a half ago. My intimacy has changed on very many levels, including the fact that I just don't want men to judge me. The next guy that I even remotely, even in the least little bit, think I like him or I want to be around him, he gonna have to put in a lot of effort because I'm not playing no type of games. He might be waiting a long while before he even gets to touch anything. Before we do anything that is remotely intimate, he gonna have to wait some time. He gonna have to wait. He gonna have to be super patient. He gonna have to be super understanding because, like, a lot of men seem to forget that women go through hysterectomies and miscarriages and all those other things that really affect our bodies. Do men realize that abortions affect our bodies too, or birth control also affect our bodies and also affect our emotions? But that's here nor there. But this is the end of, I guess, the series of I Got a Messed Up Story to Tell You.